Well, Nagi, you have fate and destiny to overcome. Let's see how you do it. What's up, guys? I'm Hunter here, and here we are to do a breakdown / live reaction and review to Chapter 25, Part 2 of Episode Nagi, which is known as Stakes, Part 2. I'm intrigued. Notably, once again, this game sort of has the weird implication that somehow Karasu and Otoya ended up ranked higher than Nagi, even though Nagi has to beat them in this game. Because remember, Kiora ends up becoming a part of Nagi's team. So I'm intrigued. Once again, this is an interesting kind of weird point we're in. So I'm actually pretty excited to see how this all shakes out, how this all breaks down. Considering we're going to have to see the top, I think they were 3rd and 4th by the time second selections end. So the top 3rd and 4th players lose to Nagi, who I believe was like number 6. He was number 6 or number 5. I know Yukimaya was the other one introduced there. So I'm very intrigued to see how this goes. So let's not waste any more time and let's hop right into it. Heading me. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, I do happen to have it on me and keep it on me at all times. And another fun fact, I know it's not the main series, but you know what it is. It's peak lock. Even if it's episode Nagi peak lock, so it's gotta be peak every week or peak every month. So, it feels amazing. Yes, we're gonna pre-draw it on this one. Mainly because I'm excited. Last chapter was also really, really good. It was starting to show off how Nagi sort of defied fate in a certain way. But I do feel like Karasu and Otoya weren't really allowed to cook last chapter, at least not too much, considering it was mostly a Kiora chapter, and then ended up didn't work out too well. But let's see what happens in Stakes, Part 2. Let's team up, you extraordinary guy. These two. Okay. Here's the thing. I'm not the biggest fan of Otoya. Here's the thing. On top of that, here's the thing. It's not even like I'm not the biggest fan of Otoya because I don't like the character. It's just that he doesn't really appear all too much. And it's weird, because I feel like Kaneshiro Sensei doesn't know exactly what to do with them. Because, like, sometimes they're this very not high fantasy, but, like, very high-octane, descendant of ninja, shadow warrior type beat. And other times they're just a dude. And I guess that's character duality, I guess. But I feel like it's more inconsistency than character duality. Like, normally Isagi and crash out on the field Isagi, that's character duality. That's like, okay, I can see how one leads into the other, one feeds into the other. Otoya, he feels a little inconsistent, but that may just be me. Karasu's fine. Karasu's pretty much flatline. And not in a bad way, but flatline is like, okay, his character makes linear thematic sense. But Otoya, he's kind of always just been weird. It's why I found it so strange that he ended up just, supporting Bachida on Barcha. I almost said supporting Bachida on Bachida, which technically is true, but Bachida on Barcha. But I guess that's kind of always been his role. He's always sort of been second fiddle. So it makes sense that he just went from one second fiddle spot to another, and he allows himself to be more flexible, not just as a player, but as an individual, which leads to the difference between ordinary guy and super freaky shadow ninja man. Let's see. These two have neither passed it. English. This is Nagi. It's been a minute since I did a Nagi voice. It was the last review. Hold on. These two had neither passionate promises nor bitterly cold betrayals. Even so, this guy can weave right through us. There's no reading his shadow stepping. But he's kind of like stepping in your face, though. No, I don't blame him, though. Once again, I haven't played football in a long time. But I have had scenarios like this where someone like runs straight at you and then they just hit you with a 50-50. And, like, it seems like Otoya's doing the exact same thing here. Like, he could either go right or left to Zantetsu. He went left. He went his left. Zantetsu's right. Zantetsu wasn't ready for that. CHIGIRI also... And admittedly, that is a little bit strange for Zantetsu, considering Zantetsu is known to be a speedster type. But CHIGIRI, who we know is a slow start kind of speedster, when seeing Zantetsu run here, Zantetsu also could have hit him with the left-right, but he hits him with the left. CHIGIRI's left, his right. So, once again, I've seen it. I've been a victim of it. The mix-ups can go crazy. And that's why I've always said, whether it be in chess, if you want to play white, or you want to be able to get the first attack off, you always kind of want to be on offense, even if you're playing defensively, which sounds so stupid. But, like, in my opinion, offense always has a better chance than defense. This is like fighting games specifically, especially. You never want to be blocking. And not in the always smash buttons, don't block way, but in the you don't want to sit in block strings. Even if you're like Goichi, I'm thinking of like old DBZ fighters days. Even if you're like Goichi with the defense, you'd rather not be blocking. You'd rather be trying to mix up your opponent because they're the ones who kind of have to predict and or react to what you do. They're the ones who have to call you out. When you're on offense, you can kind of always choose. And this is a clear example of that, where ultimately they had to choose, could not choose quick enough, and even if they did, they went the wrong way. Let's see. There's more than one kind of speed. Oh, I see. CHIGIRI and ZANTETSU speed is straight line based on leg strength, which excels in wide open spaces. That ninja guy's speed is a curved line for weaving through narrow spaces using agile, delicate footwork. Yeah, once again, going through the whole ninja motif. And yeah, and I still think that does make sense, right? Because, like, notably, back to post my soccer days, but before the end of my sports days, I also did run track. And that was a very hard difference. Like, it's so much easier to just run in a straight line. I love the 200 because I love the whip off you get once you come off the curve. But still, that's annoying because you have to lean into the run. And sure, it's fine for some people, but it's so much easier to just book it. Like, that's what I love. The 100. 100 to this day is my favorite race to watch because it's quick. And my favorite race to participate in because it's just a straight dash. The only thought you have is drive, 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 drive. Meanwhile, if you're doing a 200, if you're doing a 400, you're thinking of managing your pace. You're thinking of trying to force it all out of you. You're making sure you manage the curve. You're trying to make sure you don't get caught looking at other people depending on what lane you're in. Like, there's so much more extra thought that goes into it in comparison to something like the 100. And ZANTETSU and CHIGIRI, two head-on sprinters who always are like, go, 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 go. Of course, when faced with someone who's just like, it would catch him off guard. And it makes sense for Otoya because, notably, while we've seen CHIGIRI and ZANTETSU hard book it, once again, it's much more linear. Meanwhile, in this quick interaction, he goes from moving forward harshly to immediately changing direction to bursting forward again. Mix-ups plus the footwork it does take, like Nagi mentions, it's hard. If you've ever tried to, like, immediately pivot, especially if you're going at top speed, that can either hurt or you'll fall. I remember one time, sorry, I'm not sure if y'all actually like my story times, or like, stop, pencil man, stop flashing back. But there was one time where I was playing, if it was admittedly, like, freeze tag. And I remember I was super duper young, and I tried to turn on the curve because you weren't allowed to go outside the box of the football field. So I tried to hard curve at the end of the end zone so I could try and fake my chaser out. So, like, I was hoping to, like, hard pivot and then burst away. Dog, I tried to hard pivot right towards the end, and I straight dug my foot into the ground, turned on an angle, and collapsed. I was then it. So it happens. It happens. I can completely understand that kind of hard, how difficult it is to just hard pivot. And notably, ZANTETSU and CHIGIRI are actually pretty good at it. But ZANTETSU's Otoya is very good at the smooth mixing of it, that balance, that flow, that serpentine swagger versus the hard lines. But see, that doesn't matter. You can't pass if I crush you, spiky-headed fool. I mean, accurate, but at the same time, borrow. You ever heard of a little four-letter word? It's called bait, buddy. Do you think he wasn't ready for this? Mediocre. Oh, okay. This is probably why Borrow didn't get in the top 6. Let's see. Even so, currently, it's a big old palm. Wait. Hold on. Editing me, I got you. Editing me. You think I'd ever let you down, buddy? I have before. There are some times where, like, editing me will look at the raw parts of what past me has left for him. I will just want to reach through time. One of these days, it'll work. One of these days, I will be smacked over the head by an unknown force, and it will be editing me, hitting me over the head. Let's see. In past success, shot success rate. In past success, shot success rate in cooperation. The reason they can easily get the best results in Blue Lock. Uh-oh. Ooh, clean diving, right? Oh, but one detail I do like, both of the speedsters immediately caught up with them, though. Like, Otoya's relying on a different type of speed, but both ZANTETSU and CHIGIRI, the two fastest blue lockers. Like, this isn't really to me. And, like, I've heard arguments for Yukimaya, but even then, I think Yukimaya is, like, maybe in their tier, but he's clearly the slowest of the three, at least in my opinion. They both immediately catch up to him. CHIGIRI, even with his slow pace acceleration, and ZANTETSU with his high burst acceleration, they both keep up with him. But let's see how they succeed anyway. It's because these two know themselves. Go get it, gaudy ninja. Will do, flying crow. And don't rely on anyone else. I will admit, this may we're only halfway through the chapter, though. I know Nagi's gonna cook. But this may be thumbnail material, y'all. I'm warning you. Mainly, I'm warning future me. Because he needs to make the thumbnails. I always reference future me. It'd be interesting to talk with me that's like 10 years down the line. Like, what happened? Are we still the pencil man? Presumably. Let's see. It's because these two know themselves. Clean cross pass. But how's he gonna... Oh, okay. Let's see. Okay. This, uh-oh. Unless Nagi cooks something devious, this is literally twin thumbnail material, bro. Like, I can smell it. Both of them. Boom. Oh, with the left foot, too. Are self-reliant egoists. Or egotists. Is it egoist or egotist? I swear it changes every single chapter. But, yeah, that's interesting. Because they're self-reliant, and they just know the other's also self-reliant, they gotta just feed into each other. Where someone like Reo and Nagi is essentially codependent, where their egos are kind of like interlinked into each other. We see that heavily affecting both in the Manshine game. For Karasu no Toya, it's just business. Like, okay, you'll be there, and I'll get the ball to you. That's it. And honestly, low-key, those are some of the best people to work with, though. Where, like, you know you'll get your work done, and you know they'll get your work done. So by the time you need to throw your work together, you both know it's done by a certain date. That, like, I just realized the teeth on those are so small. But that kind of, like, link up where you have with somebody where it's, like, straight up, no. You both know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, it'll be done. Because you have that much faith in each other, and you have that much faith in yourselves. Those are some of the best kind of people to work with in real life. I'm not sure how good it is in, like, a competitive team sport, because once again, I've never played at that high of a level. But even then, I can kind of see it in that way. Like, notably, when I was running the 100 meter, the 4x1 or the 4x2, I didn't question if the baton was going to get in my hand. I knew it would be there, one way or another. And I would just book it, and I knew I'd have to put it in somebody else's hand. That is it. That's all I knew. Unless I was running Anchor Lake, then I knew I was just to get there, no matter what. But even then, I rarely ran Anchor Lake on either of those races. I was either the third leg or the second leg. So, like, I knew the baton was going to get there, and I had to give the baton somewhere else. That's all I knew. I basically didn't even know about my fellow teammates. So I can understand. That may just be a general thing, where it's good to know they'll get the job done. That's all you need to do. You just need to complete your part, and that'll happen. Meanwhile, in something like, I just realized, I like the aura. I like the aura. The aura's kind of clean. Notably, Karasu doesn't have much of his crow aura here, though, now I think about it. Let me see. Oh, okay, the feathers. All right. I didn't see it at first, but here are the crow feathers. Very, very subtle. Calm little subtle aura. And then you have the shurikens for the ninja. But I do think maybe that is just the way it be. I don't know. For any of my, because I know people out there in the comments do play soccer, they do play football, they do American football, and worldwide football, and many other different types of team sports. What do you guys prefer? Would you like a more symbiotic relationship where, like, you and somebody else you know deeply know that you can kind of rely on each other to feed and pick up where one lacks, and then bada bing, bada boom? Or would you prefer to have the Karasu and Atoy relationship where it's basically business? Where it's like, I know this will get here because I know what you can do. You know I will get something there because you know that's what I can do. Done. Let me know. Okay, I kind of prefer a lot. But maybe just because I've never really had a dynamic where it's like, no. I want you to pick up my weaknesses. I've never been that way. So maybe that's just me. Boom! 1-1. Whoa. Woo! Once again, back to regular guy. You know, maybe it's not. Maybe, you know what? Otoya's grown on me already. Maybe it is just character duality. Let's see. Their teamwork is on another level. Unlike me and Reo, whose coordination is based off spur-of-the-moment inspiration, it's like having one with their own abilities. They have a clear idea of how to bring out the best in each other. Yeah, you just know. It's a mature partnership. It's business. It's just straight big. It's big business now. You gotta know it. Those who casually refer to themselves as prodigies. Oh, those who casually refer to themselves as prodigies. I never the real deal, you dunce. Sweet, washing. And what little growth Otoya had was immediately lost in the manner of twit, washing. 4 syllables. That's all it took. Otoya, I was starting to respect you. Now it's acted just Karasu. Let's see. Were you guys friends before you came here? Nah, idiot. Our interest just aligned. This relationship is of convenience. Yeah, it's straight business. It's what low key. Notably, I did love working with my friends. Really, a lot of my friends, when I was growing up, they were kind of like me in the sense that we kind of just want to get stuff done. But kind of sort of, there were times where I knew, like, okay, I know you're not that good at the subject, but I know such and such over there is. And this is a group project I need to do with somebody else. I can't do it by myself. I misspoken to you like twice. Let's get this done together. And then we both get it done. So I can definitely understand Karasu no Otoya. You don't have to know somebody to get a job done. It's kind of like when you go into work in general. Like, sure, over time you can definitely become friends with your coworkers. That can have upsides and downsides. But you can, and I would recommend becoming friends with your coworkers. You're going to spend a majority of your life with them. Or at least a majority of your day with them. If you're working like a regular 9 to 5. So be amicable. But when you first show up to work, before you know them, there's people who need to get the job done with you. That's why people don't like coworkers who don't get the job done. Because basically the business contract is not done. Then you need to pick up the slack. But as long as you're working with people who get the job done, it don't matter who they are. You don't have to know them before. In fact, sometimes knowing them before makes it worse. So you may just want to work with absolute complete strangers because then y'all all know the standard and y'all know what needs to get done and it'll get done. I get it. Yo, why does Karasu have the Sukuna? Let me see. Oh, gotcha. I'm not the only one who came to Blue Lock. Met someone else, met someone new, and then changed and grew stronger. That's intense. I mean, it's true. Once again, it's all about Big Sagi, dog. This may be episode Nagi, but you can never forget about Big Sagi. Let's see. You've got a mutually beneficial relationship. Well, the same is true for us. If Nagi was my classmate, I doubt we'd get along. He's lazy. Like, yeah, I get that. Huh? And I def would have fought with Baro. Huh? Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it's basically that way now. But that's why I say the relationship, it's a lot less rivals based. Like, for example, whenever I play Smash Bros. And I run duos, I actually don't like playing with my rival. Or at least the person who's like equal to me in every single way, knows my entire moveset, has me downloaded. I don't like playing with him. Because we just kind of get in each other's way, which is weird. I'll admit, it's weird, stupid. I like playing with other people. Because then we kind of just like loosely adapt to each other. Even if it's other people I played with before. The one person who like always pushes me to my limits if we're running a 1st to 5, like we'll both get to 4-4, and we played 8 matches and we're down to the 9th, both of our knees weak, our palms are sweaty, there's vomit on our sweaters already, mom's spaghetti, we're nervous, but on the surface we look calm and ready to drop bombs, but we keep on forgetting what he wrote down, the whole crowd goes so loud, he opens his mouth, but the words won't come out, sulking out, everybody's choking now, the crocs went out, time's left over, blouse down, back to reality, up goes gravity, up it's a calamity, nope, he's so mad, but he won't go back, I'm sorry, but with it being the case, I understand CHIGIRI's motive here, where like, yeah, sometimes you don't want to work with people you know. Because ultimately, it wouldn't have been too good. Because you have preconceived notions. Where sometimes where you just lock in with somebody new, you lock in. But let's see. This is the most pathetic we've seen bar. Let's see. As for ZANTETSU, well, in terms of academic ability, we wouldn't even be in the same school. That's crazily accurate. ZANTETSU, I worry for you. Let's see. Are you calling me an idiot? You're calling me an idiot, aren't you? I'm shocked you picked up on that. Let's see. Oh? Discord in the ranks? Oh, that's too bad. Why does he look so wholesome? You've got it wrong. This we can do because we banded together for the sake of this match. We still have one amazing combo left. Oh? You want to do that? What are y'all talking about? You're crazy, princess. Are you ready, ZANTETSU? Yes, we can. Oh, okay. Speedster x Speedster. Yeah, go your Miko. Honestly, there's got to be one point in the U20 run where it's Corona, Yukimaya, Chigiri, and Zantetsu all on the field. They should all make it. So put them all on the field at once. Just 4 speedsters. Let them while out. I need to see it. The short-term speedster, the long-term speedster, the short burst speedster, and the one-on-one speedster. Put them all in the match. Put them all on the pitch. Let them while out. I need to see it once. But speed on speed, let's see it. Time to show them. I'm boiling. Our alternate speed zone. Change the world. Oh, okay. Okay, it looks like I do have previous thumbnail material. Alright. I didn't think that'd be the end of the chapter. Once again, these... Am I tweaking, or are these chapters shorter than I thought they'd be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, 19 pages! Or 20 pages. I may have miscounted. Interesting. Even with all the spread, I don't know. But then again, I'm not sure. I swear this is done by a different artist. But why isn't this weekly then? I mean, there's 19 pages. Wait a month for 19 pages? I mean, the spreads are nice. The spreads are clean. But, like, this is just a regular chapter of Blue Lock, broski. And I gotta wait another month? Kinda crazy. At least make it 30 pages. But still. WWW. I do like how it tackles an idea that sort of isn't, it's more implied in the main narrative rather than actively being touched on, I'd say. The idea of a codependent relationship born of previous connection versus business. When you think about it, Hiyori and Isagi are mostly business. Like, it's to the point where Hiyori's like, dude, I see a better striker. Deuces. For someone like Hiyori and Corona, business. Hiyori and Isagi, business. Like, a lot of the connections have sort of been business-based. Meanwhile, a lot of the earlier connections are based on, like, camaraderie and teamwork, which initially started as business. So that's actually a pretty interesting theme to tackle. How Konosuke and Otoya are just like, dude, he's good, I'm good, we good. And now we're going to see Chigiri and Zantetsu, 2 former rivals, now sort of tackle that in their own different way. Sure, it's still kind of business, but clearly there's something deep. And I can't wait to see how deep they go. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the live reaction. Can't wait to see you all in the next one. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, leave speed x speed. It could be one word. It could be the literal speed, then X, and then speed spaced out. Whatever it is, leave speed x speed in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure to hit that little notification bell so you not miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do have a Patreon down below where you can support me for as low as $1 month, things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. You also now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. So those perks will include the live reactions to every other series I review, ad free variations of all my videos, and if you become a $25 patron or a $25 member, you can order whatever video you want. Also, I do have a link to my Ko-Fi description down below where you can drop 5 beans for a short video, 25 beans for a long video, or any beans at all. Any support is always greatly appreciated. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with a Pencil, writing off. I'd like to give a thank you to our $3 members, Zera, Greyhound, Eternal Flame, NMA, Real Rare, Redwolf 4765, Paris Arnold, Astro, and Brandon Payne. And I'd like to give a thank you to our $5 patrons, Zombie Hunter, Sean, Midnight Lord 21, King, Meliodas, Kevin, Encarnacion, Josh Brown, and A+A. And I'd like to give a thank you to our $7 members, Autumn, Mornings, Lazo, and Fine. And I'd like to thank you to our $10 members, Robbie Uchiha, Jay Warrior, and AZ Void. And I'd like to give a big ol' thank you to our $10 patrons, Michael Williamson, Joaquin Munoz, and Idem Okami. And I'd like to give a final gargantuan thank you to our $25 patron, Calvin Elder.